Hello, we're live. Welcome to the virtual travel night with Kathy and Dane. And it's good to see you here. And Dane's in here keeping me company. We're going to bring Penny and Blaine on in a little bit. But first, I just wanted to say hi and welcome and to add me up there. So this is going to be the first of hopefully many travel nights that I do. We're going to kick it off with the Alaska Cruise Adventure. That is the next, the first actually Connections by Kathy group trip that we're going to do. And then we'll host more as we go along here. So I'm just going to get started here. And pardon me with my new technology. There we go. All right, so I am Kathy, and I've spent about 19 years and counting working at travel agencies in various capacities. I've had 5 years working exclusively with groups, and I've personally escorted groups to Germany, Paris, Santa Monica, Boston, Newport, Seattle, and 2 seasons I actually spent going to football games for the Huskers and taking people along with me. And behind the scenes, I've actually managed logistics for a lot more trips than that. So now, after about 19 years in the industry, I'm finally opening my own travel agency. We started back in April 2023 so that I could make this my own and run my own trips and do my own thing. So this will be the first of many trips, so I'm glad that you're here. So for our agenda, this is me and my friend Penny. Penny and I go way back. We met in the early 90s when we both worked at Sam's Club. And then over the years, you know, before technology and cell phones and everything, that you could just text people pictures all the time, we lost track of each other actually for a long time. But thankfully, due to our little business with Monat, with the shampoo, I saw Penny posting and we hooked back up. And so she's one of my soul sisters. We've been back together now for probably about 6 years or so. So we're just going to meet Penny and Blaine. And so there we are. There's our pretty pictures. And I'm going to bring them on. You guys ready? Here we go. And then oh, I hit the wrong one again. There we go. Hi, Penny and Blaine. So here we are. So when I went out on my own last year, I got together with Penny and I was like, you know what I really want to do is do group tours where Dane and I can host them and go along. I can plan the whole thing and then we can take people along for the ride. And Penny said, sign me up.
Said, what about an Alaskan cruise?
And why Alaska?
Well, Alaska's not somewhere that I want to go personally, but Blaine wants to go, and I obviously want to let him do the things he wants to do and go along with him. But I kind of thought it sounded a little bit boring. It sounded cold, you know. Before I did all my research, I just thought of all the negative things. But then I also thought it would be really fun if somebody else planned it and we had a group of friends going, and it's not like we have to figure it all out on our own.
Yeah.
Plus, it's his 60th birthday next year, so it's a good chance to do a big trip like that.
Yeah. Yes, the big 6-0. And so we started talking. I put everything together. We chose a celebrity cruise. The reason that I personally selected it, I know that we went through a couple of cruise lines. And why we landed here was that it's an adult-centric cruise line. We're going right before the school starts. So there'll be fewer children on board, so it can be a real adult vacation. And it's more of a resort at sea rather than like a floating theme park where you see all the water slides. I know I showed you one that had like a go-kart track on it.
Yeah, and I was like, no, not interested.
I was like, oh, Blaine's into racing, so that might be something.
Good.
Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and get back into the slideshow. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I think it's going to be so much fun, though. Every time we talk about it, I get more excited again. It still seems a long ways off, but it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah. Well, especially since we started last April. I mean, we even talked about it, you know, it's been over a year that we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
And the thing with groups too is that you can go with people. You've got the strength in numbers. You know, you meet everything every night for dinner if you want, and you share stories. But you're not like in it to win it like the whole time together. So you've got your own personal free time to wander around and do what excursions you want. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it was good to get the group rates and still have the flexibility to have our own vacation.
Yeah, nice. All right, I'm going to put you backstage again.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right. So we're going to move on here. So these are the other group members that are coming along here. And they're going to love that I pulled these pictures off of Facebook. So here's me and Dane. Here's Penny and Blaine. This is Penny's brother, Tim. He came to dinner with us. We got together back in September. And then this is Gary and Brenda, Penny's dad, and Lisa and Tracy. There's Penny. Here's Ross, and we've got his wife, Vicki. And then this is Gary and Janice, and Mike and Kay, and Dennis and Rhonda. And then who couldn't join us, this is my cousin Lisa and her husband, Bill.
Bill, yep.
Jeez, I almost said Mike again. And then this is Tammy that some of you might know from Ideal Protein where Penny is, and her husband, Alan. And then this lovely lady, this, I couldn't get a picture of Penny's Aunt Shar is actually going to come with us, and that's her Facebook profile picture right now. So it's just her dog. Oh, so the wonderful people coming with us. And I would say that we're kind of in the lower age range as far as our group members. So, and it'll be pretty good. So why travel with a group? Number one, tour director Kathy. When you travel with your dedicated tour director, Kathy, she'll be there to help you break the ice, provide support, and take the guesswork out of traveling. You'll make new friends. So you'll meet fun and interesting people with a shared love of traveling to swap stories over dinner and experience the world together. And you'll have a curated itinerary to enjoy an exclusive trip itinerary that's more inclusive, visits the best destinations, and is curated for a memorable experience. And the basic framework is done for you, so you just personalize it and make it your own. So what's it all about? We're going to start off in Seattle, where you'll find the Space Needle, the Chihuly Gardens, and the Pike Place Market. And then we'll talk about the Celebrity Edge, which is upscale, dining and drinks are included, and Alaska. So the glaciers, wildlife, and a variety of excursions that you can do up there. So the Celebrity Edge, like I talked about, we're going for the resort at sea. So it's probably about the level of a Sandals Resort if you've been there. So you can prioritize your well-being and return home feeling relaxed and rejuvenated and reconnected, instead of feeling like that you need a vacation to recover from your vacation that you just had. So there's fine dining on the breathtaking magic carpet. You'll see more of that coming up. Or you could relax with drinks. So I keep popping that thing up. Relax with drinks on the rooftop garden at sunset. So this is the rooftop garden here. And that is on the top of the ship. So I'm expecting to spend some time there. For highlights, luxurious surroundings, an adult-centric design, a wide variety of dining, rejuvenating spa, immersive entertainment. You've got your rooftop garden, soaring windows so that when the temperature starts to drop as we go north, You can still just look out the windows and watch things go by. You've got upscale shopping. I mean, we're talking like Tiffany. So, you know, if anybody's going to get me something there, that'd be all right. And then there are lectures and the destination seminars and the casino, of course. The ship actually launched in 2019 and it holds almost 3,000 passengers. So it's pretty good size, but not as big as the new mega ships that are coming out. We chose the concierge class staterooms. That includes dedicated concierge, always steps away from your room to assist with the vacation needs. You attend exclusive events, including a welcome aboard concierge class lunch and the destination seminar. And then there's the room. It has an infinite veranda, so it takes the whole room right to the water's edge. You'll find that it's little details so meticulously thought out that they truly make a world of difference. It's a room that's so much more than a room. It's an experience. So here's the room here. The infinite veranda that they're talking about is this window. So instead of a regular balcony that you walk out and then you open the doors and then the cold rushes in or the hot or where you're at, instead it's this huge window that drops down so you can see you're standing there and she has dropped it down so you can actually, it's right at the edge of the ship so you don't have to look around anything. For our daily itinerary, so we're going August 22nd to the 30th this year, 2024. So we'll fly into Seattle, stay one night, have an embarkation day the following day. We're cruising, visit Ketchikan, visit Endicott Arm, Dawes Glacier, and Juneau, and then hit Skagway, come back through the Inside Passage, stop off in Canada for a night, and then come back home. And it includes one night in Seattle, but you can always extend either way before or after the trip. So starting off, I call it day 0. So it's not confusing comparing it to the, when you're looking at your cruise itinerary, they always start day 1. So since we're going in a day prior, we're calling it day 0. Although I'm going to get there like day -3. So we'll start off in Seattle. So fly into Seattle that day. Airfare is not included, but I can help book that for you if you need help. Check into the hotel. Then you'll have some free time, and then we'll get together that night for a welcome dinner. We're staying at the Edgewater Hotel, which is right here. It might look familiar if you're a Beatles fan. They stayed there, and there's a famous picture of them fishing out the window. So it's right there on the bay, right down the road from the Pike Place Market is like a 5-minute walk. And then you can easily catch a cab to go over here to the Space Needle, which you can see in the background there. It's that close. And then here you'll see the Chihuly Glass Museum, and that's right at the foot of the Space Needle, so it's really easy to get to. From there, we'll do our embarkation the next day. So we'll wake up, get checked out of the hotel. It includes a transfer to the pier, so we'll have the bus come and pick us up, and we'll drop us off all at the same time. So that's on Friday. This is why they call it the Edge. This is new with this class of ship. It's actually a dining venue. So if you want, you can book a special dinner there. And then it's just, they call it the magic carpet. And you like fly over the ocean. I haven't decided if I'm going to try it yet or not. This is one of the bars. Here's the grand foyer there, and then a couple of the restaurants. So once we board, we'll be able to access our rooms right away. So you can drop off your things and then head to an embarkation. Lunch starts at noon, and then you'll have free time. Every night we have a dedicated dining time in the dining room, one of 4 dining rooms, and that starts at 6 o'clock. And you can either join us or you can make your own plans. But we'll have assigned tables the entire time that we're there so we can all get back together at night. So day 2 is at sea. when I was in Seattle, it'll be 2 years this August. It was during the same time frame, and it was probably 100 degrees there. So that's we're going to have an all season get together there. It's going to start out pretty hot, and then the farther we go north, it's going to cool down and we'll get warm again as we come back down. So I would say that while we're down in the warmer parts, you just do what you want. Me, I'm going to be enjoying the sunshine. I'll be up on the deck. I'll be in the hot tub. I'll be in the pool. And then here is the walking track, and that goes up and around the bow of the ship there. Oh, and this little one here, they've got an inside, like an inside tour, inside access tour that you can take, and that's the behind the scenes where you go up on the bridge. That's an optional thing that you can add, but I thought it was cool, and you could go back in the kitchen and see them make things. So day 3, we'll get up to Ketchikan, the cute little town. This is Creek Street. It'll be during spawning season for the salmon. That's what that picture is. There's an optional tour that you can do that's the lumberjack show, and it's just like you see on like ESPN or a Discovery Channel. I can't remember where it's at, but they do the log rolling, and you'll see chopping down trees and sawing things, and it's actually competitions. So that's pretty cool. And then this is at a nature center that they've got there, and they have bald eagles there and other wildlife that you can check out. So we'll be in port from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. The following day is start out after we leave Ketchikan. We'll cruise overnight, and then you'll wake up to going through the Tracy Arm Fjord. Endicott Arm, we'll see the Dawes Glacier, which is right there. And these are the windows that I was talking about. This is it's called Eden. So there's this place here that you can sit in the chairs and look out the window, or in the comfort of your own stateroom. So you enjoy the wilderness, look for harbor seals, watch for waterfalls. And then at 1:30, we'll get to Juneau. So there's downtown Juneau there. There's the tramway that goes up to Mount Roberts. This is a place where you can go on a tour to see bears. All along the way, it's during whale watching season, so hopefully they'll put a good show on for us. There's excursions available there. I can't remember what I'm doing there right now. It's on the itinerary though. And so we'll be there until 10 o'clock at night. So the next day for day 5, we'll start out in Skagway. The big thing in Skagway is that they have a gold rush town, and then it goes up to the Klondike. So most of us are booked on a White Pass Railway, and that's the train. It picks you up right here next to where the cruise ships dock. So you just hop on there, and then you go all the way up here. So you go through the mountains and past the streams, and you see the mountain goats on the side of the mountain. Here's Skagway, the town. And then my cousin Lisa, instead of booking just the train, she did the train going up to the Klondike, and then there's a suspension bridge that you walk across into Canada. So they're doing that one. So that's an option.
Wow.
So day 5, the Inside Passage, which is where everyone wants to go when they're going up to Canada. And that's going just through between the mountains. You're going, it's the fjords, so it's kind of like a river, but you get out on both sides. This is where you're going to see the whales, the porpoise, the sea lions. Make sure you bring your binoculars. Our room does have one set of binoculars and an umbrella that you can use. But if you don't want to share them, then I would say bring your own. Day 6 is at sea. So where the first day at sea, we focused on all the relaxing things you do. This is like when you start getting a little cabin fever or something, you want to get a little wild. This is Eden, so that place with the beautiful windows. It's actually a bar, and they have a restaurant there too. And at night, and it turns into Eden, the show. So that's crazy. There's a theater, so that's what this picture is over here. Here's the club, so that's where they have live music. Here's the casino. This here is all of the headphones for the silent disco, which goes on. And then this here is from the Le Petit Chef. So this night, some of us have gotten reservations at the restaurant there, which you're always free to join us or not. And that's going to be in your cruise planner. So the day at sea, you're cruising, you're enjoying your free time, you're recharging, and you're living it up. The following day, we'll end up in Victoria, BC. So we'll get there at 5:30 to explore Victoria. You can check out Bouchard Gardens, which they light up at night. It's just a really nice little Canadian town. We're not there for long, and it's the last night of the cruise. So just keep in mind that you'll need to pack at some point. And then bright and early the next day, we arrive into port back to Seattle at 6 a.m. So then we'll have the debarkation. If you book your flights, make sure you don't leave any earlier than 1 o'clock p.m. And then you can head home unless you want to stay over. Here's the guys throwing fish at the Pike Place Market. This is over in Pioneer Square. This is a ferry that goes over to Bainbridge Island. And then this is going to be like the aquarium and the Ferris wheel there. And then, of course, the Space Needle again. Scoot over. So I'm scooting Dane out of the way. Sorry. Oops. Bye, Penny. So here is the package. So it includes 1 night at the Edgewater Hotel, welcome reception, transfer to the pier, 7 nights in the Celebrity Edge, concierge class benefits, classic drink package, standard Wi-Fi, and prepaid gratuities on the ship, professional host, me, and personalized travel documents, and then all the taxes and fees that goes along with that too. So like I said, the airfare is not included, travel insurance is not included, passport fees, if your airline has any luggage or seat fees, personal items, tours and excursions, upgrades, gratuities off the ship, but once you get on the ship, you're covered, spa treatments, and anything else that's not listed on there. And the pricing is at $34.99 per person, and right now they're having a special for $250 in onboard credit. So that's a pretty good deal that they've got going right now. So here's all the nitty-gritty details. You can take a screenshot if you want, or it's actually on the website as well. So to get booked, it's a payment schedule is $650 per person, non-refundable. That's due at booking, and then the final payment is due April 10th. Here's all the cancellations. All the deposits are non-refundable. But the rest of it follows the schedule that's online. For travel requirements, we're doing an adults-only trip, so it's 21 and over. There may be families on board too, but just with our group, since we're having private events, we're just going to keep it adults-only. For travel restrictions, there are no protocols right now. They could change that between now and then, but I hope we're out of the woods with all that. And passport requirements, you do need to have a passport booklet, not just the card. And it has 2 blank pages still, valid for at least 6 months. So if you're planning on doing this, then go ahead and check your passport now. It's taking a while for it to get renewed at this point. They're getting a little faster, but I would go ahead and start the process now and not feel like you have to get your money's worth out of your passport. And that's it. Registration's open. As soon as we get off here, I'll go ahead and turn it back on. The deadline is Tuesday. I'll be available until 4 o'clock on Tuesday. To do it, you just go to my website, this Alaska 2024, I'll take you right there. And then you just click registration. Once you get into the system, then you just book it right online. Unless you need help with it, I can do that for you. But there are some terms and conditions that you need to sign off on. I was just checking the comments. If you do have any questions, just go ahead and feel free to type them in the box. Facebook user says, I'm unable to join for some reason, but I can see and hear you. Hello, Facebook user. With StreamYard, the way that I'm doing it here, if you don't have the permissions, then you won't be able to show your name on here. And we'll go to Q&A. So if you have any questions, just type them in the comment box there. And somebody else says hello, so hello to you too. Hello, Facebook user. So some of the, I'll just do some of the FAQ. So someone asked me when I, here in the past year or so, you know, why do you like cruising? I've been on quite a few cruises, and I guess what I like about it is that it's self-contained. You know, you just unpack once, and then you've got your free reign of the ship. So you can just walk around. I usually take the stairs everywhere that I go, and then you've got, you know, all your restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants included. You know, there's drinks included, so you don't feel like you're being nickeled and dimed the whole time that you're there. And it's just cool to be, it's like a floating city. You know, you've got all your shops. You got room service that you can take advantage of. Oh, hi, Vicki and Ross. Did you see your pictures on there? Penny is still asking if there, or is not still asking, but Penny's asking, is there a dress code? So what they say for the ship is like resort casual. The thing with Alaska cruises, though, it's a lot more laid back than it would be normally. You'll see a lot more hiking boots and, you know, sweaters and all of that. It's not really, you know, fancy. They do have a chic night. So a couple of days a week, they'll say, if you want to dress up, tonight's the night. You know, you can take your ball gown if you've got room for it in your bag, but you're not required to by any means. Penny wants to know if I'm still offering a payment plan, and I am. It's once you get through and put your deposit down, so it'd be $650 per person to start. Anytime between now and April, you can make payments. So you've got that ability to kind of peck away at it, and then April 10th is when the final is going to be due. I'm just looking at my questions here. Someone had asked, what do you do when you're at sea? So I think we talked about that a little bit. The thing with the cruise is that every day they'll actually bring kind of a little newsletter to you. So it's normally like 2 pages front and back with all of the things that are going on the cruise ship that day. And it can be anything from like archery going on inside the club, or they'll do like deal or no deal, or sometimes they do bingo. But then there's also like classes you can take from Rydell to do wine tasting or wine pairing classes. There are a couple tours that you can take on board the ship. And then there's exercise classes. I didn't even cover the fitness center because honestly, I don't want to exercise when I'm on vacation. Like maybe you do, and that's fine. And there's some that are included, and they have like HIIT classes and stuff that you can take for a fee. And then there's just something going on. They know that people are just there, looking for things to do. So they have plenty of opportunities for you to go about. Sorry, I was reading the comments again. Penny's excited about the walking track. And we do still have a few cabins left. So if you or anyone that you know is excited, about visiting Alaska and they're fun and interesting and you think they'd be nice to travel with, then by all means, go ahead and invite them. I will be turning off the registration again on Tuesday at 4 o'clock so that I can make sure to get everybody's reservations in by the following day so they can get all the onboard credit. Someone wants to know about the Wi-Fi that's included. The basic Wi-Fi is included with your package, and that's basically going to be so that you can access the app, and it's got messaging built into it, so that if you connect to people in the group, then you can message each other through there, or you can use WhatsApp or like Facebook Messenger and that kind of thing. What you can't do with the basic Wi-Fi package is like post on social media or send pictures or videos or that sort of thing. So for that, you would want to upgrade your package. And they have been having sales for that up to 40% off I've seen so far to upgrade your Wi-Fi package. And then you can do anything that you would normally do and stream movies and that sort of thing. So that is a possibility. And I want to say it normally starts at $10.99 a day. But then I think when I signed up for mine, it was maybe $5 a day. So, all right. Any other questions? I kind of did a quick run through here. Yes, the walking track looks great. Be nice to get out and get some fresh air and ta-da! So I just want to thank you. This is kind of my first time doing this. It's my first time using this program, so I appreciate you. I'm not one of those polished people. I am who I am. But if you have questions, let's check that off. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can give me a call, 402-417-0155. You can join my Facebook group. So that's where I mostly post on Facebook. And we do little things, about traveling, and I'll share destinations in there and we'll talk. And then you can also send an email at Kathy@infinitytravelco.com, and I would be glad to answer anything you have. That is about it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Penny. Okay, that's it. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to sign off now. I appreciate you guys coming and taking time away from the Kansas City Chiefs game. You guys have a great night. Thanks.